accepted, the conference adopted that we should have a state police.
Power is taken, and we are ready to take power by all means necessary.
That they are still Nigeria shows it's not a failed state. Soviet Union is a failed state. Czechoslovakia is a failed state. They've gone their different ways. There is now Slovak and there is Czech, Republic of Czech. And the old Soviet Union had broken without any gunshot into many units. Do we want to see dismemberment of Nigeria or disintegration of Nigeria? No, we don't want to see it. I do not wish for it to happen, but the way we are going, God forbid that we do not use our own hands to make it a failed state.
They should invoke the Freedom of Information Act to compel the commission that is in charge of fixing salaries and emoluments of public servants to declare the salaries now, not only of National Assembly members. What does a minister earn? I mean, the judiciary, what are their salaries?
Okay, let's provide you with a level playing field. Let everybody go for the primaries.
$20 billion was missing. CBN governor said so. He sacked the CBN governor for saying that $20 billion was missing. But the Minister for Finance acknowledged that they can't account for $10.8 or $10.2 billion. Okay, but whether it is 10.8 or 20 billion, something was missing. Somebody should be resigning.
Country today is almost heading towards a precipice. We have to be very careful.
It's inconceivable, flabbergasting, unbelievable.
Orca was procured by some Nigerians to assassinate me. An Orca bombed Abuja.
Yes, it's Personal Damilare again. On this segment, we are going into the arts. And of course, we know Nollywood has been going leaps and bounds in Nigeria. People are embracing it. This is a sector that has generated, well, estimatedly over 500,000 jobs. And that to me is huge. We are here with a budding actress in Nigeria, which is pointing to her. Sometimes you go and just let's see what this talent has got to tell us. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
I'm holding my head up. This lights keep flashing on. I know it's my spot today. Me taking my shine away. Right now me standing tall. No falling and no door. 'Cause we're here. And the seas breaking from the north. Oh, breaking from the north.
Yes, Dami, tell us about who Dami is. What is your name? And tell us a bit about yourself.
Okay, my name is Damilare Kuku. I am 24 years old. I study dramatic arts in Obafemi Awolowo University, and I'm a producer.
Producer?
Yes, I am a producer.
Fantastic. That's great. So after university, you did your UCA, and right after that, how have you been practicing?
You know, the thing is, after my youth service, I had already started directing. I started acting before I even left school. So as soon as I finished serving, I served at Cultural Arts, Ministry of Arts and Culture in Ibadan. So it was more like I got to do what I wanted even when I was serving. So I directed productions when I was there. First person they ever commissioned to direct as a youth corps member. And then after I left, I continued to work with small companies in Ibadan until I came back to Lagos.
Okay, fantastic. I mean, I've seen a couple of young people here, and of course, when you tell them about, they will tell you, oh, we're still looking for a job. And you are just 24, you know what you want to do, and you're really going to get it. Tell us about this premiere that you have coming up shortly.
Okay,
what's it all about?
It's a web TV series, basically. I have done 9 episodes. It's centered around therapy. I got the inspiration from, you know, The Office. The Office, do you watch The Office? And some sort of play we did when we were serving. Basically, what I'm trying to do with this series is to show that at this stage in the Nigerian society, we don't know where we're going. Therapy is a way of me suggesting to people that maybe it's time we try and find a way to treat ourselves, because we have the same people coming back to contest for, you know, political positions. We have the same things happening over and over in Nigeria. Nothing is getting better. We're not growing. So what I've done is to create this series to ask, do we think maybe the problem is from us? And maybe it's time we started to think that we have a problem, because when you realize that you have a problem, then you start to look for solutions.
Oh, fantastic. I mean, I've seen youths in this country who don't believe in the country. They believe this country is not giving them what they want. So if the country is not giving them what they want, they rather go into music or go into other things. Do you think that's correct?
I don't think it's correct, because, listen, if we do not develop the country, who is going to? Is it when we leave? I have a lot of friends who travel out of Nigeria who say, no, you know what, I'm going to look for greener pastures. I'm like, when you come back, I'm going to own half of Nigeria. Because if you don't help to develop the country, if you think, okay, I'm just going to go into music and be singing, how is the country going to develop? I can't imagine giving birth to having children in this state that Nigeria is in. I don't know how they're going to be raised. I don't know what kind of education they're going to get. I'm not even sure about their safety. So, I do not believe. I think we can help the country if we put our efforts and, you know, we make it work.
Oh, fantastic, fantastic. Let's go a bit down now. The issue of 2015 election. I'm sorry to ask you this,
yes.
But I have to. What's the mindset of the youth in Nigeria towards the election?
Oh, you need to come on Twitter, Facebook. Everybody's like, they are ready. They're going to vote. They're going to fight. You know, because this thing started as far back as 2012, 2010. As soon as we all got on social media, the world is becoming a small global village. So we are all saying, this is what we want, this is what we see. You have some people say something, February, all this, you know, the camps that you are fighting for. So yeah, youths are going to be very involved, and hopefully our voices will be heard and change will happen.
Fantastic. Okay, let's go a bit into Nollywood now.
Okay.
This is an industry that started with just nothing, and now over the decades, it's impacting on Nigerian economy, yes, big time. However, people are getting employment in that segment. I was lucky to be with the president this Sunday, and I saw a lot of entertainers, you know, coming out and bringing out the best about
Nollywood,
the Nollywood industry in Nigeria. How do you see the Nollywood?
I think Nollywood is growing very fast, and for my generation, because you know, there's the old Nollywood, there's new Nollywood. Never mind that old Nollywood, they've been so fantastic, because I mean, how can you shoot a story with just one camera? It's like, it's amazing. I can't imagine doing it right now. So at this stage that we have people going to film school trying to get better, trying to see how they can tell the stories better. You have filmmakers like Kunle Okunola, filmmakers like Chejombo, some other filmmakers, people like me, coming up and trying to see how we can tell the African story better. So I think Nollywood is going to blow.
Talking about Kunle Okunola, who's your role model?
In the industry, I want to go, I don't know, let me be female. I think I like Mildred Oko and Rita Dominic. I think they're fantastic.
And why is that?
Because did you see the meeting? And do you see how many awards he bagged this year? I think they just killed it, and it's amazing. There's such Rita Dominic is such an inspiration, because you're like, if she can do it, then I can do better.
Okay, so what should we expect at your premiere?
Well, you're going to see an episode of what I have done. You're going to get a lot of music. There's going to be some small chops, you know, and red carpet, basic things. It will be fun, I'm pretty sure.
I see a future. What do you intend to do in the future? You want to continue as a director, or you're going to be an actress, or a movie maker?
No, I'm going to do both. I'm going to act and I'm going to produce. And direct too sometimes. I like to think myself as the Nigerian Tyler Perry, if I may say if I may call myself that.
Fantastic. Yeah, you need to do that expression again. Because I don't really understand.
Tyler Perry, you know, because that's the person who has done all of that and was Clint Eastwood. So I think what's going to happen is I'm just going to keep making movies. I'm going to go to school, get better at my craft, and just keep making movies and telling stories.
Okay, final word for a lot of Nigerian youth that's been watching you, thinking, no, Nigeria is rubbish. I don't want to go there.
No. You know what? This is what you need to do. If we all say that we're not going to help the Nigerian society, how is the Nigerian society going to develop? Nothing is ever going to come easy. You have to fight for change. You have to work towards it. So this is my thing. Be kind, work hard, believe, and anything can happen.
Like a fantastic, very great honor to have you in our office today.
Thank you for having me.
Looking forward to being at your premiere
yes.
Sunday.
I can't wait to see
that's a body Nigerian actress, director, movie maker, and of course she's so believing that dream Nigeria. And I do believe I'm Nigerian, I'm proud of Nigerian. Hope you believe you're proud of Nigerian. Don't go away, we'll be right back.
Audio Jungle.
I did.
No, you did not.
Yes, I did.
No, you did not.
Yes, I did. Do you know what time we got there? Early.
Excuse me?
Ma. Always add ma. I am old enough to be your mother.
Excuse me, ma.
I kill whoever marry me again.
Oh, I don't think anybody's going to be marrying you anytime soon.
Eric! I am having a session here!
Okay then, Mr. and Mrs. We're not fine. How are you feeling today?
You're not fine.
You just making it hard. A word is enough for the wives and from my village.
What do you think today of the premiere?
The premiere is really good. I didn't catch the full thing. You know, I was coming from an interview, so I was a little bit late. But I mean, from what I caught, it was very good and very important. You know, just to showcase certain things. Do you understand? Like, we all need therapy.
It's beautiful. It's actually a very intelligent piece. I appreciate, you know, the bold efforts of Damilare coming up and doing something like that. And it has a lot of depth. The concept has a lot of depth. It's not somebody, it will be for people that think a lot, they will be able to relate with the program.
Yeah, wonderful effort. I rather want to talk about the lady behind it, you know. For our age, and for the experience, years of our experience, this she has come up with is quite wonderful because it was a great content she's actually brought out there. A content that's going to go on and on and on forever and ever if she, you know, manage it. Except she needs to just kick up on the technicalities and all of that. But for her, what she has done is wonderful.
It's a very good idea. I mean, again, it's seeking to introduce and to broach a topic in Nigeria which is seldom discussed. That's in terms of getting external help for your personal problems, which is not something we do on a formal basis in Nigeria. So it'll be interesting to see how we as Nigerians can react to that and see how we can use it to work for us on a personal level.
I'm very proud of what God is doing in my life, and I'm very happy that God has been nice, and I'm happy my family members.
You know, I told you earlier on that you have this way of sounding very modest. Really, God used you as a vessel, but you're actually the vessel that has been used to produce this.
Yes, God has just been kind. So I don't want to say anything. God has been kind. God has been.
A lot of people seem to be talking about your age, like you're very young to be doing this. What do you think? Do you see yourself as a baby, or you think you're good to go?
I actually think I can grow. I think there's always space for growth. So I don't see myself as a child, but I know there's a lot of growing I need to do. And I'm lucky to be surrounded by people that would help me, people like you.
So is there anything else you're doing at the moment, so you're just focusing on the odds?
No, I'm working with directors like Jimmy Odumo. So I have a lot of projects I'm working. I work with Mnet, I'm on Hotel Majestic. Then I have the odds that keeps my hands busy. So.
A lot of our viewers in the diaspora, obviously the Nigerians and other nationalities interested in your program, they'll be going onto YouTube. So is this something that will be coming up weekly, one episode per week? And what day would they be coming out?
And it will be coming out in 2 weeks' time, after election, but it will be released every Friday, basically.
Definitely every Friday.
Yes, every Friday.
Okay. And also, because some episodes do have like the making of the movies, so will there be the making of the movies being released as well, or you haven't looked?
No, we haven't looked into that, but you've given me your thoughts, and I'll think about it. For you, for you.
Wow. Any advice you have for Nigerians out there, or any message, hidden message you're trying to send from your website?
Yes, we need to get ourselves treated as a society. We need to find a way to make things work for us, and perhaps if we admit that we have issues in the society and then start to act towards getting it treated and look into unlikely solutions, we may actually be able to move forward as a society.
Audio Jungle.
Of our efforts to make you know what is going on in Nigeria regarding the 2015 elections in Nigeria, March 28th and April 11th, has been fixed for the presidential and of course the gubernatorial and other elections has been fixed for April. And today we are very pleased and happy to be with one of the major contestants in Lagos State. He is Engr.Kunle Okunola, and of course we're going to be talking to him regarding the 2015 election, the PDP, and lots more, and the politics of Lagos State. Don't go away, we'll be right back.
I'm holding my head up, the lights keep flashing on. I know it's my spot to
Engr.Kunle Okunola, it's a pleasure being with you this morning in Lagos. Tell us, what do you mean by enough is enough?
Yeah, enough is enough is captioned based on the 16 years of misrule of our people or masses in Lagos, and people claiming that it's masses that is voting for them. So after acknowledging that fact that they have never won, but through rigging and imposing on people, so I now decided that this time enough must be enough. We must trick their fuck up and they must go. We must rescue our people from the Lion of Babylon.
You said Lion of Babylon. We watched an AIC documentary and the court has actually stopped that documentary. Who is the Lion of Babylon? What is the major challenge in PDP?
Lion of Babylon is Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Even the Babylon we are talking about is the state government house that was turned into his personal property. You know how the way they have sold Lagos and they have taken all the Lagos. It's the biggest landlord has claimed. But seriously, let's leave politics apart. You could see what is happening. I can tell you how many hotels he has, the lands he has acquired through the family. And if you don't know that, if that is not even in the open, his wife is a present sitting senator. The daughter is the Yadin General for the Federation. His in-law is a rep member. The senior sister of the wife is a present House of Assembly member, and he has now brought in his niece now to take her own position. You could see, is he all about their family? I doubt it's only the dog in their house that have not gotten one appointment or the other.
Are these documented evidence?
Yes, you can confirm that.
Okay, fantastic. We've seen the OPC doing a rally that Jega must go. That was about 2 days ago in Lagos. And of course, we've seen the kind of violence that went with that OPC. And we've seen a lot of supporters of people of the Jonathan rallying with the OPC on Monday. What is your take on this, sir?
Actually, it is funny. Whenever it comes to PDP, people start crying who. The same body do the same in the street of Lagos in 2011 with Tinubu financing and funding them. Then we still have this sentimental party about our own party and we want to let Tinubu win in Lagos. Then nobody cries at that time. Even there was no much crowd as this, but they see it as a support at that time. OPC, as they have known, we all know their antecedents. They are just a interest group for the Yoruba nation. They might not be as educated as youths, but people will do their own rally on their own way because they are known for what they are. So whatever anybody is talking about, in as much there is no violence, there is no bloodshed, and people have been in Lagos for some times now when Amber Day people are tearing our posters. They deface our posters, our billboards. Nobody talks. It wasn't even a rally at then. It was a meditated attempt to provoke us. We keep our ass. Whenever you go in putting your posters, you could go to the street of Lagos. You find all the background posters, our posters, in which they paste over. Nobody says anything, but they will go to the press to blow it out of proportion as if it is abnormal.
Okay, let's talk about chances of PDP in Lagos now. PDP members have vowed that, look, this time around we are going to take over Lagos. How possible is that with the power of incumbency of the APC? Over 16 years, this APC has been the ruling party in Lagos State. Now the PDP has vowed that this is our own time. Through their candidate, they want to take over Lagos. Will Jimmy Agbaje be the next governor of Lagos State?
There's no doubt about that. Jimmy Agbaje is the next governor of Lagos. He's already even celebrated because the Lagosians want him. Everybody wants and loves Jimmy Agbaje. You see, it's a wishful thinking. When you ask APC member now, when you know somebody who has a wishful thinking because they said if dream is a horse, a beggar to want to ride or play polo. Let me tell you, when you ask them if they are going to win the federal, which is 36 states of the federation, they will say a man of 72 who is not having the health and the resources and the clout and the crowd will win Nigeria. But when you ask about a singular state, are we going to win? They say PDP will not win Lagos State. So that means they have a plan. And recently, when you look at what is happening with INEC, you find out that they want to rig out the incumbent, which is very unfortunate. I believe when everything goes normal, since 2011, when we have used this captured data to vote, we expected INEC, if they did not mean any harm to this nation, to have given everybody PVC even before now, 2 years, 3 years before now. But to date, I can tell you that it's over 60% that we have in Lagos. Why the northern now, where there's a war, have 100% collection of PVC. what is the delay? They never stabbed them on front. Every money requested was paid by the president. President never even bothered himself because he was busy transforming Nigeria. And I can tell you categorically, Lagosians are wiser. But you know, you said something about power of incumbents. They control the council. Because keep on, let's be realistic. Whoever wants a judgment will come with equity. I want to let you know one thing that is happening in Lagos that nobody seems to talk about. The local government election ought to be 3 years, and they are the ones that elect the law in the House of Assembly. And when the 3 year came, rather than for them to conduct election into the council, what they brought in to bring in their own member to come and be ES and manage the council. Ever since the time they have brought ES from January, they have been stealing the funds of the council. No feasible development. Nobody talks. But now when it comes to the presidency, who is desirous to see the election vote, who is transparent and sincere with Nigerians, they will blow it out of proportion using the press, using the media. But nobody cares to ask them what happened with the council. Look at all the APC states. Who among them have actually conducted local government election? They have made it a useless thing. Nobody is complaining. And they use the local government council, add it to their own. That is their game. And they have bribed INEC so much that INEC have even forgotten his own civil responsibility to Nigeria. And because the president is not a kind of person that is vindictive or whatever, he just leave them to do their job. He gave them the independence, and that's what the APC was thinking they are going to win. When the election was shifted, you could see that it's in record that ballot paper was cornered in Niger State, full of over 1 million ballot paper already printed in APC fingerprint. What is their aim? To distribute such into every state before they are cornered. Until now, the PVC has not been available. Because there is a difference between when you are registered and you refuse to vote and you are disenfranchised from voting. Nobody, no nation, even our constitutional law says if you disenfranchise anybody and the person go to court, all the effort will be in futility because you have that right.
Okay, but there have been arguments as well that the PDP are also guilty of what you just said. Is that correct?
Actually, PDP never influenced INEC, because if you have done so, that means we don't want to conduct election or we don't mean well. We want people to vote for us, and when you see any member of PDP, never buy the cards. Go to APC, they have been arrested so many times. Go to Alimosho, go to Ikeja, go to any police station if they be sincere, because they have bought all the DPOs too as well. Whenever they come, they know how to exchange money. So a lot of them, once we get them arrested with multiple PVC in their custody, they will release them in the second day. And that's why they are claiming that military must not be involved in this coming election. For security reasons, military must be involved. Let me give a scenario here. Today in Osun State, Adegbeshola and Oyinlola, who peradventure were enemy before, who a lot of people died through their processes of electioneering, are now friends. What about those lost ones? What have they done for them? But we did the same thing in Ekiti. We did it in Osun. We started in Edo State during Damilare Kuku. Nobody knows what the election is going to. The Mr. President opposed that election when Oshiomhole won with the military. It has never been in history that military will partake in the voting or whatever. We go the same way in Ekiti. Nobody knows who is going to win. The people's will comes and Fayose won that election. We went to Osun to say there is a conniving between all the past governors or whatever. They stop ballot paper. We never bother ourselves because tribunal will handle that. When that is done, we find out that we have more votes than APC. Even in the hearing on the public, one of their lawyers carry the fake ballot paper detector and throw it and break it. So we see what they are doing. So military must be involved in this election to secure people and property.
The APC has insisted that this election, elections duties are only meant for policemen and not for military. Military are meant to protect not the ballot box, but to provide peace during the election. Is that correct?
You could see what happened in Boko Haram now. When they mastermind Boko Haram, we have a short staffs, no manpower to handle it. Even the election, the police have a short manpower. What they need to tell us, what is their fear if the military get involved? You know, before you know what somebody is saying and the sincerity of the purpose of that person, because they have a lot of talks that will victimize people so that this election can be boycotted by a lot of people due to violence.
Okay, what about the issue of PVC? The PDP has very badly opposed the use of card reader. It's only a card reader. to authenticate whether you are the genuine owner of the PVC card or not. But why is it that the PDP has vehemently opposed the use of cards?
Don't get us wrong.
No, that is what we see.
That's what I'm telling you. Don't get us wrong. I have to explain the area the PDP is emphasizing on. When you come to the south here, once you are an Igbo man, once you are a Christian, you will be denied the collection of your PVC. Even some of the PVC has already been sold to APC. What PDP is saying is no PVC, no card readers. Because it's only PVC that the card can read. It cannot read TVC. So a lot of people are there that they have not gotten their PVC. Is that an integrity? So the election will be marred with anomalies if they continue without providing PVC. It's the responsibility of INEC to provide PVC to everybody. Let the whole Nigerian public who are coming to demonstrate, which the OPC even did recently, that PVC was not available in the south. When they come out with the PVC, then card reader can go on. So no PVC, no card reader. That is what PDP is saying.
And that's the stand.
That's the stand of PDP and that's my stand.
Fantastic. How do you see these elections? We've seen violence in every part of Nigeria. Irrespective of the fact that your presidential candidate, Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, and of course the APC presidential candidate, General Muhammadu Buhari, actually signed to an act of no violence, peaceful elections. We still seen what happened in Okrika in Rivers State. We've seen what happened in Bauchi, in Niger State, and of course Lagos State just about 2 days ago. Do you believe this election will be free, fair, and of course violence-free?
I'm telling you, if we involve the military to come and monitor and protect life, this election will be free. Everybody will have the right to do their minds and vote. The international body have monitored most of those elections conducted recently, both in Ekiti or Osun. It's always free.
But we've not forgotten the Ekiti Gate, which is still a major controversy within the media space now.
What you seem to forget in those Ekiti Gates, I don't want to know how those clips come about, but when you look at it in a very holistic manner and to be objective about it, it wasn't about rigging. It was about to quell their activities to rig. Let me give you a scenario where a military man is disarming the police that know is for the opposition, where their own governor go with a paraphernalia of people like a police force, the military, to harass people in the street of that state. You see, the clip and the Ekiti Gate they are talking about, if you look at it in objective manner, it was not about rigging. Seriously, it wasn't about rigging. It was about quelling the activities and what they intend to do in that state.
Okay. How ready is your party for this election in Lagos State and of course generally in the entire nation?
My party is ever ready in Lagos because we are campaigning. And if you look at the processes about the campaign, you find out that recently our president has been touring the whole nation. You go left, south, east to canvass support from the royal family, from the people, from the artisan, from the professional bodies, while they were in Chatham campaigning for the international body. I wonder if they have PVC. So you could see that after coming to Nigeria, after spending 20 days, claiming that they are not for medical, what happened? Have they started intensifying campaign? What they came about is that they are freezing their accounts. After that, they say they are offering them vice president. Tinubu said so in the media that he was offering a vice president for an interim government. He has not stopped at that. He said Mwazu has resigned. They didn't stop at that again. They say EFCC were running after them. That is a factor for any party who intends not to participate in genuine and free and fair election.
What is your plan for the people that you are representing this time?
If you look at my manifestos, you will see all what I intend to do for these 4 years. I'm into waste management. I find our waste problem in our local environment is so huge. And when you tackle that, people will seek less, the road and drainage will be less filthy and what have you. I decided to sponsor a bill which will compel the federal government to provide waste management equipment for every ward in the whole federation. Either it is more populated or less populated. Every ward in the whole federation will be provided with equipment. I have decided to sponsor a bill too, which will empower youth in different local governments to manage such business. So that will give them an opportunity to employ people. I even put in my program too, a kind of a change program to sponsor a youth for a change program to live and work in abroad once they have the capacity. So that by the end of my 4 years, I will have end up in exposing 40 people who will be more learned in terms of development abroad. I think if those things are happening, Nigeria will be more informed rather than what they see on the paper. Even in most of my own wherever, I have decided to use non-governmental organizations to assist the oppressed in society. Like a lot of people who work hard in their life, when they die, their property is being taken over by the family. The family will not, the children and the wife might not have the money to pursue any legal enforcement to get their property. I decided to provide non-governmental organization. This is my office. I decided to turn it into constituency office. I want to put politics into business. I want people to be doing business with politics. There is no part-time in politics. I decided to have a constituency office in every ward, which is 10. And peradventure, maybe 500,000 naira to get 3-bedroom flat per annum. Is that too much for a legislative arm of government to do? And I'm going to employ 12 people in that office who will be well remunerated. And what they will embark on is community services. They will start from using my personal constituency allowance and money to embark in drainage clearing, to embark in some kind of repair, and to provide GC form and whatever. I give them a budget of 10 million, depending on what I have annually into their account. So the team in that work will determine which is the priority they want to put their money on. Annually, it is their money. So they will decide who and who benefit. I've decided to have a cooperative for women in the market women to get money. A lot of people are in the market. They don't have stock. They just sit down there, getting hungry every day, or because there is no financial assistance. Such money will go into their hand to help their market and help their children. I decided to provide exercise books and uniform to about 3 primary schools in my wards, making it about 30 in the whole local government.
We wish you well in your political ambition and hope to see you some other time on this platform. Thank you very much.
Hope to see me in the National Assembly. Thank you very much.
A very interesting discussion with the man who knows it all. He's a very grassroots politician in Lagosville. I can confess that to you. I've been to his territory. I'm right there in the constituency office in Ikeja, Lagos State of Nigeria. Of course, he's been able to see how vocal he is in terms of telling you what he knows about Nigerian politics. And I hope you enjoyed that. This is part of our election 2015 series, which you're going to be seeing every day on this platform. Keep watching Ben TV, the first ethnic satellite TV station in the UK.
My spot today, me taking my shine away. Right now me standing tall, no falling hand, no dog. 'Cause we're here, and the seas breaking from the north. Oh, oh, breaking from the north.
I got hoes, I've got hoes in different area code. In different area code. Now you thought I was just 770 and 404? Man, neighbor dick dope man. 718s, 202s. I send small cities and states. In different area code. Every day is a holiday, so stop the violence and put the fofo away. Get you the holiday. 504.
Statistics show that Ikeja is the center of Lagos. But where I am right now, the people who live here may just disagree. My name is Damilare Kuku. Welcome to the Area Show.
I got hoes. I've got hoes in different area code. In different area code. Now you thought I was just 770 and 404? Man, neighbor dick dope man. 718s, 202s. I send small cities and states. In different area code. Every day is a holiday. So stop the violence and put the fofo away. Get you the holiday. 504.
We are at Maryland, and like I said earlier, the people who live here may just disagree that Ikeja is the center of Lagos. My name is Damilare Kuku. This is the area show, and I'm going to be interviewing lots of people, asking them what they feel about Maryland, what is the difference between Maryland 2015 and Maryland many years ago, and what they think the government can do to improve Maryland. I thought we should look around to see the landmarks and the different places Maryland leads to. By my right, I have Mr. Biggs, and I also have the route down to Yaba Pangrove. By my left, there is Mende Village and the route to Ikorodu. Behind me, there is Mr. Biggs Chicken Republic and the route to Computer Village. It's a lot of fun here, so I do agree with some people that Maryland is the center of Lagos. Don't go anywhere. Still Damilare Kuku on Area Show.
Maryland congests every kind of human being. Any kind of things comes into Lagos, it must run Maryland.
Yes,
it must go through Maryland. Anyway, from in this Africa, it must go through Maryland. So that's why Maryland become. I like Maryland become a center.
All I like about Maryland is so connected to many routes. Right? If you are going to Lagos Island, you can quickly locate Obalende, Anthony from Obalende. It's just like it's inside, just like center.
I love every year about Maryland because this is where I live now. So yeah, I stay here.
Like a specific place that you really like going to?
Not really. I don't really go out like that, but I'm okay. It's okay here, sha. Maryland now is civilized though. Then corruption and everything. Okay, but now Maryland is okay.
I think it's a melting point where everybody meets. You know.
Now, what is your favorite part of Maryland?
The filling station.
Oh, okay. The petrol station.
Yes.
Why?
Buy gas, I guess. Everything there. Yeah.
Maryland kind of like links to three places. It's heading to Ikeja, it's coming to Ikorodu. You could also link to Lagos Island. So I think it's a place that we can actually harness with more dual carriage roads. If possible, dual carriage roads basically so that the road will be wider, because this axis you're going to Ikorodu, this way Ikeja, this other one Lagos Island. So I think it's a place we should also consider thinking of doing something like a nerve center that can link other routes.
Okay, so what is your favorite part of Maryland? Because I noticed you're standing for Mr. Biggs.
For me, I think Mende is more like it, because you know, the network of roads, the places are quite tired, you know, but just that the road looks a little bit clustered, they can be a little bit expanded, it will be more like it. Mende is more like it. Mende is fantastic.
I'm thinking of the bag people, because the bag people, if they can stop them, Okadas, if they can stop them, because sometimes we might be coming, we might not know, maybe they are coming, they will just, you understand, Maryland is okay.
To improve Maryland, I think the traffic situation here is kind of bad. Then these downfalls we see now, they really cause much problems here, and just the traffic, just the traffic here is okay and is neat also.
In the area of street lights, you can see some parts Ime doesn't have street lights, so we still need government to improve in that area.
You can look at boys, many boys we don't have job, so then let's provide job for us also.
I think they should start with the traffic light management. The traffic light management system is very, very poor. They should get more recent traffic light management system. that should help manage the traffic. Then secondly, I see a lot of LASMA and police officials just sitting down doing nothing, even when there is chaos, even when they need to override the system and try to direct the traffic. Because you hardly come to this Maryland without seeing traffic. So if those guys could be more proactive by, taking the initiative to try to direct the traffic even when things are not working, that should help.
So you've heard the people's views, you've heard what they feel about Maryland, what they think the government should do to improve Maryland, and the difference between Maryland 2015 and Maryland many years ago. It's been lots of fun. I had a lot of fun recording this. My name is Damilare Kuku, reporting for Ben TV. Join us next week for another show on the Area Show with Damilare Kuku.
I've got holes in different area codes. Area codes. In different area codes. Area codes. Now you thought I was just 770 and 404? Man, neighbor dick dope man. 718s, 202s. I send small cities and states in different area codes. Area codes. Every day is a holiday, so stop the violence and put the fofo away. Get you the holiday. 504.
I'm holding my head up. This lights keep flashing on. I know it's my spot today. Me taking my shine away. Right now me standing tall. No falling and no door. 'Cause we're here. And this is breaking from the north. Breaking from the north.
One, he accepted the conference adopted that we should have a state police.
Power is taken, and we are ready to take power by all means necessary. My comment.
That they are still Nigeria shows it's not a failed state. Soviet Union is a failed state. Czechoslovakia is a failed state. They've gone their different ways. There's now Slovak and there is Czech, Republic of Czech. And the old Soviet Union had broken without any gunshot into many units. Do we want to see dismemberment of Nigeria or disintegration of Nigeria? No, we don't want to see it. I do not wish for it to happen, but the way we are going, God forbid that we do not use our own hands to make it a failed state.
They should invoke the Freedom of Information Act to compel the commission that is in charge of fixing salaries and emoluments of public servants to declare the salaries now, not only of National Assembly members. What does a minister earn? I mean, the judiciary. What are their salaries?
Okay, let's provide you with a level playing field. Let everybody go for the primaries.
$20 billion was missing. CBN governor said so. He sacked the CBN governor for saying that $20 billion was missing. But the Minister for Finance acknowledged that they can't account for $10.8 or $10.2 billion. Okay, but whether it's 10.8 or 20 billion, something was missing. Somebody should be resigning.
Country today is almost heading towards a precipice. We have to be very careful.
It's inconceivable, flabbergasting
Unbelievable.
Orca was procured by some Nigerians to assassinate me. And Orca bombed Abuja